Now, if I was a betting man, I'd wager a lot of you watching this like to listen to music. That is, unless you're tone deaf and can't actually tell the difference between pitches. That begs the question though, why does music even sound good to us in the first place? What reason does the brain have to translate musical frequencies, let alone respond to them? Well, let's find out. So the three-pronged sponge neuron organ is the center where all information is sent in the body. You know this. But to know what makes music affect the brain, we need to look at how music's constructed. First of all, rhythm, the backbone of music. It's like candy to the brain, and most people, even those not musically inclined, have a sense of rhythm. But why? Well, if there's two things that humans love, it's patterns and filling in gaps. The neocortex is wired to assess any information it's given through intuition first. This means that without understanding something on a deeper level, it first tries to make assumptions based on association. And if that assumption is based on repetition seen in a pattern, it's going to fill in the gaps, anticipating the pattern to continue. The brain loves it when this happens, which is why rhythm is so satisfying. It's designed to give the neocortex a little treat. Next, harmony. When you hear a tone, the frequency of it gives the auditory cortex a pattern to follow, represented here by waves of sound. When you throw in another tone into the mix, rather than processing them individually, your brain blends them together. Whether this combination sounds consonant or dissonant, compatible or not, is based on whether this new wave is consistent with its alternation. We love to see patterns, remember? So because these waves are more consistent, it makes them easier to process. This is why different keys in music have been formed, and why, again, they're satisfying to hear. Lastly, melody sort of bridges the gaps between them. They similarly have rhythmic input that we pick up on, and a progression of single notes or chords following a key satisfies the pattern processing. All these elements together make for a song that's easier to understand and therefore satisfying to many parts of the brain. But there are exceptions. A lot of songs have dissonant aspects, which may seem counterintuitive based on everything I just told you, but it's interesting because it makes for a unique stimuli that forces the brain to challenge itself in the way that it interprets a song. In all, it's pretty cool to see how instinctively the brain responds to music.